Transformers movies are starting to feel a little bit stale in tone, especially when it comes to introducing the Transformers.
Who's up for another 15 movies of a kid discovering a car and finding out, oh boy, it's a Transformer?
It's kind of like Spider-Man, like when you keep on seeing the origin of Spider-Man be rebooted, and it gets pretty old pretty quickly.
Poor Peter Parker, bitten by a spider over and over and over again.
And Uncle Ben dying. But I think one thing that would help with the Transformers is if they start using storylines specifically from comic books. Like, I applaud them for trying to use different storylines for the movies, even though they might be based on it. I don't know, I haven't seen all of them.
Since creativity in Hollywood is starting to run a bit dry, resorting to using some comic book stories or some of the stories from the cartoons might be a good play.
Because those are already like been tested out in audience, and I think people really enjoy them, and I enjoyed some of them. So it'd be kind of fun to see what they could do in a live action kind of setting.
It would be MCU and the DCEU constantly adapt superhero comic book onto the big screen in live action form, and people are eating it up.
Like, look at the Civil War. It's like, it's not really like the comic book version of Civil War, but I really enjoyed the movie as it was.
And I'm sure the Transformers fans would appreciate nods to the comics and cartoons that they recognize, and the general audience would appreciate some added depth that you'd get from modifying an existing story.
Now, there's also the problem of them constantly being on Earth. As Batman's Prime, a friend of ours on Instagram, mentioned in a video, it starts to feel the same after a while, and keep on seeing, oh, they interact with humans on Earth, and they do this and that and this and that. It starts to feel the same, and them being robots allows them to go to space literally with no problem whatsoever. So it'd be kind of fun to see what they could do if they left Earth and just went to space.
Space.
Look at the Bumblebee movie. The best scene in that movie, in my personal opinion, or our personal opinion, I guess, would be the Cybertron scene. It was really fun, it was really cool, it was really vibrant.
Yeah, it really takes us out of this world and shows us some pretty cool visuals, and they're able to do some things that they're not able to do on Earth due to various structures on different planets, and Cybertron being like this massive cyber city. You can do some pretty cool things, and we can finally see what these robots can do when they're not in disguise.
And they just have different personality they can utilize as well. We keep on seeing the same one, like everyone knows Optimus Prime, Bumblebee, but like get a little bit more spotlight to some other characters like Ironhide, Ratchet, Darcy, Hot Rod,
Rip Jazz. Just give a little bit of time to focus on the Transformers themselves rather than constantly being bogged down with making sure that things that happen are realistic.
Meet some good characters and everything. And if you think that like, oh, well, if that's space, how are humans going to be there? Well, maybe humans don't need to be there. Like we just said with expanding on the characters of Transformers, I think that there's something to be said of like just expanding the idea. Like Optimus Prime is a very good character, especially in the comic books and like some in the movies as well. He's really cool, but it's interesting to see like a different kind of side of him, and they can't explore that if they have to keep on worrying about humans.
Cybertronians are, in a lot of ways, just like regular people. So they have personalities, hopes, and dreams. We can really explore those and make some pretty intricate and interesting storylines.
Now, one might kind of argue whether that be too much CGI and whether we need a certain amount of human presence or whatever in the movie to make it feel better for general audiences. But we've had weirder movies like Mars Needs Moms.
We had Lion King, which was quote-unquote live-action Lion King. Yeah, it's still animated.
But yeah, I just personally think that if the Transformers personalities were allowed to show through, they could go wherever they want.
It's not just like monster movies, like Godzilla movies. These Transformers could probably carry their own movies pretty easily.
And if you want to go see us compared to other new characters to kind of show off their personalities, you should go click this video over here.
But those are our thoughts on the future of Transformers, and he's Keto.
And he's Mio, and we'll see you in the next video.
Bye!